Yeah, that's a good question with asthma because a lot of people experience allergies being in Kansas, and asthma is very closely related to allergies. A common problem that may happen is coughing at night. Somebody in the family has a cold that's longer than 2 weeks, goes into 3 or 4 weeks, and they're coughing and everyone else is around the house is fine. Well, that could be somebody that has asthma also. There's definitely medication for that can help it very quickly, and helping to spot the triggers for it can also be something that we help families with, because prevention is really what we love doing, like ABC Medical and doing in a pediatric office. We want to, obviously do vaccinations, but for asthma we have to do things like daily medications for some people and helping to avoid allergies, and maybe getting more allergy testing done, because that can often fall into that problem. Some kids will have wheezing for asthma, but a lot of people complain about coughing a lot. And that's a lot of times how they'll come to the office, is they just, you're coughing. And if you're not sure, it definitely can be tricky sometimes to differentiate that from maybe a respiratory illness. And it does tend to run in families. Well, there's certain triggers. There's always the exposure to cigarette smoke is always one to be concerned for, so secondhand smoke. Some people, when they go outside, when the air is very cold, it triggers them to have coughing or wheezing. And there's certain activities, people have exercise-induced asthma. Right now, with all the allergies, pollen, things in the air, it can trigger runny noses, which can also trigger, from the nose down into the chest and cause asthma, which is all in the lungs. So it just depends on the person. Everybody that has asthma has a different trigger or multiple triggers, and so some people they go indoors in the wintertime and they have a pet, and then they're around the pet more than they were maybe when they were outside more in the summertime, and so and sometimes indoor things like mold can trigger it also. So it's definitely a mixed bag, and it can be tricky, but by kind of going down the list, it really does, you can find it and make life a lot better for a lot of people.